Hi everybody, it's Jess, your go-to Street Fighter bestie, and we're here with a little review. Now I have heard from the masses that there were a couple battle judgments that were passed in this first episode of World of Street Woman Fighter that people don't agree with, and I completely respect that, and I believe I was also in that side of certain results. And what's really cool is we have the privilege of being able to take a look at some reviews, and one of them being Trix. Now if you don't know Trix was the leader of Prime Kings. I believe he still is, and he was honestly somebody that kind of experienced one of the worst calls ever made in the franchise between him and J-Rock back on Street Fighter during elimination battles, and I do reference that quite often. I even made a whole video on my top 3 worst calls made. I feel like I need to update it at some point, but we'll probably wait till later. But I wanted to take a watch here because he's somebody who has a lot of battle experience, and an individual who has gotten the short end of the stick on the Mnet side of things, and so that's why I wanted to kind of take a watch and kind of hear his thoughts here. So let's go ahead and get into it.
반갑습니다 여러분, 트릭스입니다. 어제 바로 5월 27일 날
I love that he has subs on this.
월드수파 첫 방영했습니다. 그래서 오늘은 바로 할 컨텐츠는 돌아온 방구석 심사위원 컨텐츠입니다. 1부, 2부로 나눠서 이제 컨텐츠를 진행할 건데요. 이제 영상이 12개가 올라왔어요. 1부, 2부 나눠서 컨텐츠를 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 바로 가보겠습니다. 고고! 오케이, 첫 번째 배틀은 허니제이 vs 말리 님의 배틀입니다.
So I remember saying I would have given it to Marley.
Ready, fire.
Look at him with the uncuts, baby! Oh, I love the fact he has 2. He's gonna do 2 parts.
와, 캔조이 나온 걸 봤어. 허니제이 나온 거였네. Hey.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear what he has to say. Come on now. He's probably going to go back and talk through some of these, I'm sure.
누나 테크닉 준비해온 것 같은데? 아니면 프리스타일인가? 네.
He's doing a watch through all the way, which I appreciate. Because, you know, a lot of times people like pause. I think that's fine, to each their own. I prefer watch the full context and then go back and review.
허니제이 누나 왜 이렇게 앞으로 왔어? 와, 말리 미쳤다.
Marley's crazy. Yeah. Brush the shoes, nice, right? Nice diss, yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
미쳤는데 말리.
That's so fun.
왜냐면 제가 어제 사실 본방사수 했어요. 그런데 이제 지금 다시 처음 보는데 와, 말리.
That's right, because he did a whole live on it.
방구석 심사위원 심사해보겠습니다. 3, 2, 1 말리입니다. 예, 와. 근데 왜 이겼냐면은 일단 첫 번째 허니제이 누나가 춤을 췄을 때 그냥 무난했어요. 솔직히 말씀을 드리면은 그냥 기본적인 바운스 하면서 그 이제 바닥으로 춤춘 테크닉 이런 것도 나는 괜찮았고, 그래서 완전 무난하게 잘했다. 춤으로 꽉꽉 채웠는데 근데 약간 뮤직 퀄리티가 조금 잘 안 보였다고 해야 되나? 왜냐면은 켄드릭 라마 노래 그거 들어보면은 뮤직 퀄리티가 굉장히 많거든요. 근데 이제 뮤직 퀄리티가 좀 잘 안 보여, 좀 아쉬운 라운드? 그냥 무난한 라운드였던 것 같은데. 그리고 일단 말리. 그리고 말리가 춤출 때 일단은 여러분들도 아시는.
Let's pause it here. So so my equivalence of what I said, because I agree with him there. What I said was specifically when you're talking about the musicality, there was a lot of, she hit things predictably, which shows a little bit, if you're going off of difficulty, it's on the easier side. You're picking predictable elements that the majority of people can predict themselves as laymen of music. And then, because everybody is, which is a really cool thing, but I'm assuming he's going to touch on what Marley did. And that was the battle of who explored more polyrhythms in this. And I do feel like Marley hit that with her track. So.
게 뭐냐면은 이게 춤출 때 앞에서 일단은 춤을 방해하는 거, 그러니까 잠깐은 방해할 수 있어. 왜냐면은 상대방이 와서 디스를 하게 되면은. 근데 그게 아니라 상대방 앞에서 상대방 차례인데 상대방 앞에서 이렇게 춤추는 행동은 사실 이게 암묵적으로 이렇게 하면 안 되는 룰입니다. 그래서 뒤로 이게 백업이라고도 이제 MC가 조금 해주면 좋거나 아니면은 같은 팀원들이 와가지고 조금 뒤로 와서
She was in there, yeah, just to be respectful of the space.
그냥 완전 말리의 그라운드 쪽으로
She can't go to the floor.
완전히 현희진아가 방해하거든요. 근데 일단 거기서부터 이미 마이너스 점수였어요. 그래서 마이너스 점수였다가.
Yes, it was a negative score. However, the judges are not going to look at it as that personally. Like, they don't have that kind of battle courtesy in the back of their brains. Just like another little side note, you're not going to experience it here, but whenever you have a guy versus a girl, guys, there's certain, like, derogatory things that a guy could probably pull off towards another guy, but there's certain things you don't do in front of a woman in a battle. Like, it's just disrespectful and inappropriate. Do you know what I mean? And and that's something that in America, like, you just don't do. So I'm curious about that. Like, hearing from Trix what he's used to on his own circuits of battles, what are courtesies extended and not, because I do know sometimes, interacting with another person, touching in some circuits versus not touching in others, depends on the style and depends on the circuit, like I said. So him saying she was kind of all up in her space, I can agree with that, because it also obstructs the view from the judges' viewpoint too. So he was kind of like, I kind of wish, the MC would go in and step in, but also did they, know that that's kind of a thing to regulate? We don't know, right?
말리가 처음에 뮤지컬이 따다따다따다따다따 그다음 다리 사이로 발로 그다음에 말리가 조금 흥분해서 했을 수도 있는데 왜냐면 상대방 앞에 계속 있으니까 당황스럽잖아요. 근데 전혀 당황하지도 않고 그리고 춤을 너무 무난하게 잘 추고 있는 와중에 허리진 누나가 계속 앞으로 오니까 그냥 삥 돌아서 오히려 범접한테 가가지고 디스를 했어 이렇게. 와, 그러니까 팀 디스까지. 그다음에 돌아와가지고 이제
she came back with her team members. Right. That to me, that's as much of a little commando as what you saw from Rihata during hers.
프리스타일도 다 같이 이렇게 바운스 하는 게 이제 그런 게 또 이제 크라우드 퀄리티라고 그러거든요. 관객들을 이제 컨트롤할 수 있는 그런 것까지. 와, 그냥 완벽한 라운드였네요. 그래서 저는 말리 윈. 오케이, 두 번째 배틀은 알리아 vs. His
are so much shorter than mine. I love it. Okay, so I voted Aaliyah for this.
Aaliyah first.
Yep.
와, 몸이 진짜 가볍다.
It's interesting we don't have subs while he's talking through it. I wonder what he says about this part here. That part was such her vibe. I wonder what he's thinking about Aiki doing what she's doing, too. Because she's also showcasing, like, being an obstruction to the judges as well. But hers isn't as much in the grill as Honey J's was to Marley.
기본적으로 리듬감이랑 유연감이 다르다. 가자, 잘해보자, 누나.
Aww. I love how he's... working, like he's rooting for her. That was sweet.
Okay.
Can I just say I really appreciate Trix being honest thus far?
아이고.
아이고. She's taking command of the space, which is an element I think you can factor in when you work on a battle, Aaliyah.
1, 알리아 윈입니다.
Yeah.
일단은 아이키 누나가 끝까지 안 했어요.
Mm-hmm.
아이키 누나가 끝까지 안 했고 그래서 제가 아이키 누나가 춤을 진짜 잘 추거든요. 춤을 진짜 잘 추는데 이번엔 좀 말린 것 같아. 뭔가 긴장도 많이 한 것 같고 흥분한 것 같아요. 왜냐면은 지금 춤출 때 보면은 아이키 누나가 앞으로 갔다 뒤로 갔다를 이걸 한 3번 정도 하거든요. 근데 이게 되게 아마추어 분들이 말렸을 때 하는 행동 중에 하나예요. 이게 왜 그러냐면은 본인 춤추는데도 집중해서 할 게 엄청 많아야 되는데 지금 그 집중을 못 하고 있다라는 거지. 그래서 본인 춤에 집중을 일단 못 하기 때문에 일단 앞으로 갔다가 뒤로 갔는데 또 앞으로 가서 디스하고. 그러니까 또 앞으로 갔는데 또 할 게 없는 거야. 왜냐면은 이런 경험이 많이 없다 보니까. 그러니까 상대방을 디스하려고 이제
She did.
다리 사이로 이렇게 들어가려고 했다가 이제
But it was
겹치고
blocked.
그냥 본인 춤도 없고 그리고 끝에 마무리도 못했어요. 그래서 이거는 알리아가 뭐 춤을 엄청 잘 춘 건 아니에요. 엄청 잘 춘 건 아닌데 근데 아이키 누나가 지금 이런 마이너스 요인들이 너무 많기 때문에 그냥 무난하게 했던 알리아의 윈입니다. Okay.
I'm also curious about these subtitles too. Like, I'm wondering if they're coming across more blunt than his intention is. It's a vibe for me because you guys have noticed too with I know with Waxy, I appreciate how positive she is in her feedback and she is constructive, but it is tailored with a lot of positive like enjoyment of it, and I really respect that. I really respect too that we have Trix here saying like Aaliyah didn't do that great either, but Aiki had so many more negatives against her set, which I can agree with because I made the note. I remember this. I would say if Honey J wasn't against Marley, but she used that exact round against either Aaliyah or of Aiki, which of course they're same team, so that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't. I could see Honey J take that between both of them, right? So this is, oh my gosh, this also allows me the ability to kind of not fact check myself, but make me this is another form of a collaboration too. So side note, Trix, if you watch this and you're like, ew, who's this girl? Get off, stop using my channel for whatever you want. I'll take it down. But I really like watching this. Like, I have a lot of respect for how he's going about it too. Like, he's being honest because he's making very valid points and it's helping me hear how he's wording it when a lot of it's really similar to the things I was looking at too. So it helped me see it from an appropriate lens, especially being somebody who has significantly more choreography, adjudication experience compared to battles. So.
세 번째 배틀, 논란의 배틀입니다. 효카 vs 리하타. 일단 보고 얘기하겠습니다. 왜 논란의 배틀이었는지.
He gets to officially see. Come on, is that a Stanley? I don't have my Stanley, but got my cup of Joe.
와, 처음부터 업스테이션.
Said from the top.
바로 탐락. 와, 바디 컨트롤.
Body control. You can call it interruptions. Was she ticking it? I don't know, but she has immense body control with ISOs.
이제 열정거리니까 디서.
She's just chill. And Rihata's approaching her, but not as much that Honey J was, where she's obstructing. So, mine glitched out. Right. Here we go. Isis.
와, 이거 진짜 제가 좋아하는 노래예요.
So I voted for Kiyoka to take this, but I also said neither of them. This was maybe this was Rihata's best round. This wasn't Kiyoka's best round compared to what I've already seen. But based on what I was seeing in isolation here, she still did more based on my criteria for taking a win on that.
Wow.
I'll count 3. Is he going to say that she scripted it? I'm curious because I heard a lot of people were talking about that on Reddit. I'm there. I look at posts.
Okay, 바로 가겠습니다. 3, 2, 1.
Kiyoka.
효카 윈입니다. 이거는 이제 보나 마나 효카 윈이고, 근데 이게 왜 논란의 배틀이라고 제가 얘기했냐면은 저는 이거 공방에서 했다고 했죠. 근데 이게 심사위원이 3대 0으로 리에아타가 이겼다고 했어요. What the hell? 이게 무슨 얘기입니까? 이건 진짜 이해 안 되는 것 같긴 해요. 3대 0? 진짜 제가 화가 납니다. 제가 화가 나.
Well, you've experienced it yourself.
근데 이게 3대 0으로 리에아타가 이겼어요. 왜 효카가 이겼냐, 여러분들. 일단 노래 들어봤을 때 일단 쿄카는 되게 무난한 힙합 음악이 나왔어요. 그런데도 지금 아까도 제가 얘기했지만 처음 스타트부터 이 스텝으로 업리듬 타는데 그 리듬이 막 엉키는 것도 없고 그 다음에 이제 바운스 탐락적인 거 스텝 거기다가 이제 끊어서 움직이는 동작들 끊어서 움직이는 거 티킹 그러니까 패턴 체인지도 들어갔죠? 상대방이
All that mode change, timing changes.
약간 이런 식으로
Her exploration was great.
그 다음에 바로 또 그루브적인 거
Yep.
일단 그루브 레벨에다가 그라운드까지 들어갔어요. 와 그냥 거기다가 마지막까지 짠짜단 차차차까지 와 그냥 거의 포인트만 적으로 보면은 막 춤에 엄청 화려한 테크닉이 있는 건 아니지만 포인트를 거의 다 따갔다고 보시면 돼요. 배틀로만 봤을 때. 근데 리아타 리아타는 이거 제가 진짜 좋아하는 노래거든요.
Yes.
이런 리듬 하죠. 지금 2번 정도 나오거든요. 그러니까 이런 식으로 너무 반복적이고
Yep. I counted 3.
나온다?
Right.
패턴 없이 그런 게 나오면은 할 게 없다라는 할 게 없고 그 다음에 아까 보면은 뭐 이렇게 한 다음에 이제 개다리 춤 들어가잖아요. 아레시도쿄에 안무가 있지 않을까. 그래서 이제 할 게 없으니까 이제 안무를 팀원들한테 가서 이제 같이 한 건데 안무를 한 거죠, 그죠?
It's Korea.
안무라고 배틀을 했다고 볼 수 없습니다. 그래서 뭐 리에아타가 뭐 못하진 않았지만 그냥 무난하게 했지만 코카가 찢어버렸다. 그래서 3대0으로 코카가 이겼어요. 한다.
Yeah.
여러분들도 알고 있어야 될 게 뭐냐면은 3명 다 지금 다 안무가요. 아 근데 이렇게까지 볼 줄 모른다고? 모르겠습니다. 할 말 많지만 하지 않겠습니다. 오케이 그다음에
Trix. Oh, did you hear the tea? He almost poured. Oh my God, let's go back. It's just choreo. What did I say? I said it from trailer. I said it from the jump as soon as they released who was judging. It is disappointing that they do not have a battle judge for the battles, especially when they determine eliminations. The 3 that we have are mighty fine for class rank mission, for the mega cruise even, for any choreographic challenge, for the artist challenge. But for the battles, I really feel like we had a missed opportunity to get some really cool people on this show to actually showcase the art of street dance. But we didn't. Anyway, so he's talking about that she did fine. For me, I'm considering that more of a team commando. But normally you don't experience commandos in a 1v1. You normally do it in a 2v2 or 3v3 or plus over. So I don't know how those go. It's not the same as Marley's where she commanded and captivated and she created the synergy in the space where her crewmates were able to vibe with her because of the energy she was providing. It's not the same thing as just doing a choreographed move, which captivated our judges, but that can work against you maybe, right? Lord. Hold on, we gotta, God, oh my God. What he said, can't say that we did a dance and had a battle, so Rihata wasn't bad at it. She did it plainly. Kiyoka just tore it apart. Kiyoka should have won. What you need to know is, here we go, buckle up. All 3, I'm assuming this is where it's like, I feel like it's kind of automated here, which is fine, which is why there's a chance that I'm totally not getting some of the things he's saying in context. The 3 of us, I'm assuming he's talking about the 3 judges. They're all choreographers, but they don't know how to watch it this much. I don't know. What did he say? I have a lot to say, but I won't. I wonder what he'll say about this one. He may have similar things to say about this one, like with Aiki and Aaliyah.
와, 힘 미쳤다 진짜로.
The amount is so full.
와.
So I voted for Teesha here.
파워 컨트롤까지. 와. 약간 흥분한 것 같죠? 밸런스가 잘 안 잡혀요.
Was he talking about our balance?
와, 그래도 힘 미쳤는데.
Saying crazy a lot, which is fun. Oh, I love watching others who have been in the show or who participated in this format have feedback on it. Because it allows me to be better in this position, honestly. I love learning and I love watching these with you guys. Oh, I'm so glad Trix has subs on these. Oh my God, I needed this. This is awesome. Come on now.
Wow. 기본적으로 튕기는 리듬들을 엄청 잘 쓴다.
Oh, his tattoos are freaking sick too. He'd be turned into a band-aid if he had to be on the show again. So would I. I'd be wearing turtlenecks because of my tattoo back here. I wonder if he's gonna show. There's like 2 battles that got geolocked in Korea. I wonder if he'll show those.
오, 바로 가겠습니다. 3, 2, 1.
Teesha.
윈입니다. 네, 이거는 솔직히 아쉽네요. 이제 저는 카야 춤을
Oh, is he gonna get
보고
to?
싶었는데 춤이 많이 없어요. 그냥 뭔가 티샤는 좀 너무 흥분해서.
What if he's gonna get to Gabby and Danica in this video?
이렇게 생각을 했는데, 근데 카야가 처음에 그루브하기 잘 풀었어. 근데 상대방 앞으로 너무 빨리 온다.
I don't think he will.
본인 춤을
That'll be in part 2.
잘 모르는 느낌이라고 해야 되나? 네, 그래서 너무 아쉬운 라운드인 것 같아요. 카야가 뭔가 본인이 잘하는 게 있는데 굳이 밑으로 그라운드를 내려갈 필요도 없었던 것 같고, 서서 춤춰도 엄청 잘 췄을 것 같은데, 그냥 티샤는 근데 그 흥분은 했지만 그냥 춤으로 꽉꽉 채워버렸죠. 그냥 기세로 밀어버리고 춤을 꽉꽉 채웠기 때문에 잘했어요. 잘했는데 카야가 오히려 저렇게 흥분했을 때 상대방이 조금 더 차분하게 대응을 해서 그루브하게 풀었어도 충분히 이겼을 것 같은데, 너무 아쉬운 라운드다. 그래서 티샤 윈.
Such a sad round.
배틀이죠. 이 배틀 같은 경우는 편집이 좀 돼가지고 풀 버전으로 이제 보게 됐어요. 그래서 RuthyBaby vs.
I just looked at this. It's on Patreon because there ain't no way that bad boy's coming onto YouTube without me getting in trouble. So I think the reason why he can have this is because he has it so low.
와, 이 노래가 나왔어? 팝핀 노래예요.
I wonder because let me chat real quick. Oh, hold on. We're gonna let him play. Watch it. I'm gonna try to say what I want. She ends up repeating a lot. Probably one of the most repetitive in her choices. I empathize with RuthyBaby's movement quality a lot. I used to battle with a lot of resets, with a lot of basses, with vibrations. And I thought out of all the royal family girls, I thought Moana had the strongest round when it comes to her phrasing. And I also believe part of it could be because of how RuthyBaby set up her set. So does that mean is he gonna look at Ruthie Fantaye's too against Rico?
Okay.
I'm curious what he'll say about that one. For me, I would go for Ruthie, I think.
Ooh.
Right. I voted for Moana for this. This one is a very clear win for me.
Ooh.
He said this one's been edited quite a bit. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna get to oh my gosh, was it Harms and Hyojin Choi too?
Ooh, nice.
I like that part too. He said nice musicality. She tossed her no respect sticker.
오케이, 바로 가보겠습니다. 3, 2, 1.
Moana.
이거는 뭐 말할 것도 없겠네요. 이거는 왜냐면 RuthyBaby가 이게 팝핀 음악인데, 일단은 크럼프.
Right. I'm so glad he touched on that. It felt like she had a posture of crump, but she wasn't doing anything in it. So I'm so glad he touched on that. Right. Right. God, I couldn't have said it better myself. Yes, it's such an iconic song. Hey, look, he knows.
질감을 살리는 그런 동작들을 해야 되는데 파운데이션 위주, 기본기들 위주의 크럼프였어.
Right. That's why I think this is like auto-generated because it talks about she used foundation and basic skincare products.
기본기들 위주의 크럼프.
Or maybe he was saying that. I don't know. That's so funny. God, I love that. I have so many people on Patreon and of course on YouTube that are fluent in Korean. Please fact check these subs right now because some of them are awesome.
이거를 지금 계속하죠. 아마추어 분들의 좀 특징이에요. 이게 뭐 할 게 없거나 그러면은 반복적인 동작이 나올 수밖에 없습니다.
Right.
내가 이렇게 쓰면 뭐 위로 연결을 해서 하거나, 아니면 내가 돌면서 한다거나 이런 식으로 프리스타일 응용을 할 줄 알아야 되는데 지금 이게 지금 너무 안 됐던 것
Right.
같아요.
I empathize with that. Yeah.
모아나 같은 경우는 앞으로를 무난하게 되게 잘했는데
She knew how to phrase it.
뮤지컬리티가 엄청 좋네요. 로열 패밀리 자체가 개인 기량들이 생각보다 너무 좋은데? 지금 거의 에이지 스쿼드가 처참하게 지고 있습니다, 지금. 와. 그래서 저는 모아나 win. 오케이.
Win.
그다음에 여섯 번째 배틀인 Kylie vs Khalise입니다.
Kylie and Khalise. Oh man.
이번에도 로얄이랑 이제
This one I went with
둘이 사이 진짜 안 좋아.
Kylie. No, I went with Khalise.
Kylie first.
Yep, Kylie first.
이 친구가 키가 177이라고 그랬나? 와, 잘 논다 진짜. 로얄 패밀리들이 엄청 잘 노는데.
I'm curious who he'll pick on this one because I do believe Kylie took the win. This section I really enjoyed, but then
잘 논다 진짜로.
but then she resets a lot back. It does have a similar correlation to clowning, which is the parent style of krump.
와, 노래 좋은 노래인데.
Right, right.
이 친구 잘하는데 칼리스.
Right. She had a great start.
네.
I can see him go for Kylie because of the style that she's doing.
오 잘한다 이 친구.
But I'm gonna double down. I'm going with Khalise here. Right. She fell, but then I think she recovered it. Well, I don't know. Because we'll let him finish because there is a note that I will give this. Well, let's see how he votes first.
바로 가겠습니다. 3, 2, 1, Kylie.
Okay, so he put Kylie. That's fine. With Khalise, she did fall, and I have heard that sometimes. I mean, Kylie didn't make a mistake. Khalise did. I also think, however, Khalise made more dynamic choices in how she shows the phrase on her track than Kylie. But it also is because of my saturation in Afro and seeing it in choreography and seeing how it gets phrased too. So I don't know. I'm very curious what he's going to say here. Okay.
이거는 너무 아쉽다. 제가 봤을 때 왜냐면 이거 에이지 스쿼드의 칼리스 같은 경우도 지금 앞에 무난하게 너무 잘했어. 너무 잘했고 중간까지도 너무 잘했어. 뭐 패턴 체인지, 리듬, 뮤지컬.
But she fell. Is that why?
이게 제가 중간에 얘기하려고 했거든요. 이게 바지가 조금
the pants.
펄럭거리길래 저거 너무
So it's hard to see.
보고 있었거든요. 그것보다 아까 컨트롤하면서 미끄러진 거긴 같긴 한데 밸런스 못 잡아가지고 이게 뭔가 밸런스가 너무 어려웠었나 봐. 거기까지 엄청 좋았거든. 그거 만약에 밸런스 잡고 뒤에 춤을 이어서 했으면은 이거 어떻게 됐을지 모를 것 같아요. 저 같은 경우는 칼리스 윈을 들어줬을 것 같기도 해. 로얄 패밀리가 아프로 댄스를 전체적으로 너무 잘하는데 그래서 지금 스텝이나 골반 리듬이나 팔 쓰는 거나 이런 게 지금 다 아프로 댄스의 베이직이거든요. 근데 지금 그런 것들을 무난하게 너무 잘하고 카일리가 일단 탄력이 미쳤어요. 일단 기본적으로 애들이 힘은 기본으로 갖고 있는데 탄력이 아까 전에 이 더블 체스트 보셨나요? 와 이거 이제 크럼프에서 많이 쓰는 더블 체스트 리듬이라고 하는데 그 리듬을 저 빠른 음악에 완벽하게 구사하면서 해가지고 와 그리고 중간에 이제 완급 조절에다가 뮤지컬리티도 좋고 그래서 저는 카일리 윈입니다.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun that he touched on the things he did, and Kylie represented a little bit more of the kind of wheelhouse that Trix is very familiar with, and I think he appreciates Afro a lot as well. Now, I don't know his experience with the beginner, intermediate, and advanced qualities of Afro. I know for me, I'm constantly learning the variants and names and where they're from and how it applies to our day and age and what's more fundamental based and what's more of a viral perspective, and then so I am curious about that with Trix, and I think it's absolutely fine because at the end of the day, if you're going to vote for who you vote for, you have to justify it. That's just point blank when it comes to choreography and it comes to battles, because when it happens at battles, there's something called a call out. It hasn't technically happened yet here, but it is something that is a real thing, and you don't, unless you're injured, you don't get to say no to a call out. That's kind of how it works in the culture. So, and that comes with any facet of the battle culture. So it's one of those things where it's a, what is it? It's, if you're a judge and you're making a decision, if you are able to justify in talking about here's what you did, here's what your opponent did, and here's why you lost, and they're like, okay, I can respect that, there you go. Like that's kind of what your end goal is to have people who are in positions to be able to justify it. Saying, I mean, I hate using Mike as an example, but Mike did say this a couple times, and he did say this as his criteria for battles, which I already touched on, as who makes me want it more, like who wants it more, and who shows me that. It's a very emotional criteria, and you're emotionally presenting, like you're judging emotionally because of that, and it's very subjective. Which is why, some decisions were made the way that they were, right? So I think the judges judged the way that they said they were going to. So at least they were honest in it. And what's crazy to me is the one person who had the best feedback by a landslide was JYP. Like, crazily decent. Which it caught me off guard in like a cool way. Anyway, so I'm curious about that. Here we go.
그리고 오늘 7번째.
Who is the last one?
함즈 vs.
I picked Harms for this.
로얄 패밀리의 함즈 vs. 범접이 효진 초이. 밸런스가 좀 무너지는 것 같은데.
Right, I'm assuming he was talking about the balance. He said, 아이고.
와. 에이.
What is he going to say about Hyojin Choi?
약간 안무 같다, 느낌이. 잘 추긴 한다, 춤을. 근데 뭔가 밸런스가 많이 무너졌다. Let's go, 효진 초이.
I wonder if he's going to talk about her delay in setting up or starting. But I think it comes down to if you're given different music, then that doesn't matter.
아, 효진이 잘해.
You said Hyojin's doing well.
Wow.
She was fine, and I think it's near the end, though.
에이. 그치, 무시하고 해야지. Queen? 먹어버려.
Cute. He's eating up the queen. That was...
에이. Wow. Ooh.
He also has more experience seeing Hyojin Choi's movement quality than I saw her, of course, in the first season. And then you have Marley and Ruthy in the back.
3, 2, 1. 효진 초이.
Wow, I'm surprised by that.
일단 시작부터 뒤로 눕고 그러는데 일단 왜 그러는지 잘 모르겠고. 아, 효진이가 진짜로 리듬감이 너무 좋대.
Oh, man.
효진이도 키가 엄청 크거든요. 키가 엄청 큰데도 뭔가 비트를 안 빼먹고 다 맞추면서 논다고 해야 되나? 그런 것도 너무 좋았고, 그 다음에 상대방한테 이제 디스하러 가. 디스하러 막 간 다음에 이쪽으로 가니까 또 따라가면서 디스를 해. 그래서 저렇게 계속 또 디스하면서 말리나 또 이렇게 생각을 했는데 이제 무시하고 이제 본인 춤. 너네 로얄 패밀리지 먹어버려.
It's so funny that he's saying that. Like, for me, I didn't think it was a diss that read because of how she was setting up her own set. It felt rushed to me. It felt like it was too compact and it didn't allow to breathe within the space. We weren't invested in the track. We were surface level, both of them were. But I saw more level shifts based on the type of vocabulary we were choosing to operate in. So it's very interesting what he touches and what he appreciates. That's the beauty of having different perspectives and different opinions, right? That's cool. He's such a vibe. We have part 2. We don't have a part 2 yet, do we? Or maybe we do. It's not that one. Hold on. I don't think so. Anyway. 트레일, 로리케이션, 분석, 리뷰입니다. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's K-pop mission, right? I don't know. Anyway, this was very fun. I think this is probably one of my favorite review videos I have seen of the World of Street Women Fighter thus far. It was such a vibe, and I need you guys to help me on with some of these subs. Anyway, this was great. Y'all know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.